Hello, it's Sylvia Michetti. This is Luminosity TV. Welcome to a brand new month of June. If you're already familiar with my videos, you know that I try to share many of my life lessons and some of my own personal experiences. And I have to say, the month of May for me was a complete package. It was full of wonderful experiences. I had the pleasure of traveling to Lagos for a spiritual festival, and it was one of the most magical, out of this world experiences that I've ever had. And many people talk about out of body experiences. I think I just might have a faint idea of what it feels like. There were so many beautiful lessons to learn on my trip, many human beings that touched my soul and strengthened my resolve. The spiritual festival that I attended was truly magical and profound. I found so much strength, even in the little things, the smiles, the people, the food, so much fun and so much laughter. There was not a single dull moment. I attended a musical concert that was beautiful, and each experience was enriching and trying to teach me something, showing me what I've missed, what's possible and what needs to be improved on, especially when you have a good volition to achieve something. The last time I traveled anywhere was in September of last year to Austria. And this time I just kept having the longing to visit Lagos. The joy of being able to spend time with my friends and my family and all of my loved ones. It was absolutely priceless. I feel full, I feel joy, I feel alive. And I didn't want to start without first expressing that joy that I felt. And every single person that I came in contact with, they welcomed me with open arms, with so much love and kindness that I would forever cherish for the rest of my life. And so when I got back to the UK, all I kept thinking about was the joy of one day being welcomed back home, to my spiritual home, and how much bliss that must feel like. I can't even begin to imagine it. What happens to a spirit when it is welcomed back home? For months, I've had this longing to go to Lagos for this festival, despite all of the travel restrictions and all of the inconveniences that you have with traveling these days. But that longing grew into a strong volition, and it started to come alive within me, and all the little scribbles and sketches started to look like a giant canvas before me. And finally, it became deed, and it made me realize that we never truly appreciate the amount of help that is available to us the moment we long for something that we want to achieve. And for me, I kept visualizing that I was there already, so that whatever little inconvenience or obstacles like a COVID test or delays at the airport, that will not affect me, because I had this ultimate goal that needed to be fulfilled. And so one of my biggest lessons that I've learned on this trip is that as human beings, for us to one day be welcomed back to our spiritual home, we must always keep that volition alive, to keep that longing burning within us, the same way we would wish and strive for earthly things to become deed. We must put the same effort in doing those good deeds that would lead us back home. They say that a fish cannot drown in the sea because that is its natural environment. Neither can a bird fall from the sky because it was born to fly. So each of us has something unique within us that keeps us constantly linked to our spiritual home. And we've been endowed with this gift to journey through this earth school while still maintaining that connection with our origin. And just like that bird in the sky and that fish in the sea, our natural default setting is to one day be welcomed home. It is our duty to find it, to know it, and to live it, to cherish it and keep that burning desire within us, so that one day we will be welcomed back into paradise. And it starts by being conscious of the work that needs to be done to get there. We've been given so many blessings and so many opportunities at our disposal. to help us live aright, to touch the lives of those around us, so that through our own activities we can begin to find fulfillment. And even more so when we find ourselves in the company of those with similar goals and longing as we do, fellow like-minded travelers that would help us on our journey, that would uplift and enrich our own experiences. Those are the ones that you want to associate with. Those are the ones you want to stick with. And those are the ones that I had the opportunity to meet with on my trip to Lagos. And I'm so filled with gratitude at that opportunity. Of course, my trip was not totally devoid of drama. You can't go to Lagos without a little bit of drama. And for me, it was having car troubles. I remember my friends teasing me that I had too much currents flowing in me and it was disturbing the electrics of any of the cars that I went in, any car that I went into. So that every car I drove in Lagos seemed to have one breakdown or the other. But even in those moments, I learned something. I learned patience. I learned the amount of help that surrounds us at every turn. So that even when it seemed like it was a little discomfort or a little uncomfortable, everything was resolved in the end. And my heart is full of so much joyful experiences that will stay with me for the rest of my life. They say that the heart grows stronger with every experience that touches the soul. So I feel like I've grown so much in the last 10 days through these experiences. And talking about the heart, next week, I would like to share the power that lies in the heart instead of the head. So until next time, I wanted to keep this short and sweet. But let us keep the longing for our spiritual home burning within us, so that one day we will be welcomed back joyfully. For me, in this moment, I am grateful for the welcome that I received in Lagos and everyone who made that possible for me. A simple thank you from my heart to yours. See you next week. Bye for now.